Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Accountant Corner with your host, me, Nidra. I thought it'd be a great idea today since it's Sunday Fun Day, day of worship, a day to celebrate family, friends, and God, that I give you guys a chance to hop on and find out a little bit about me, the woman behind the numbers, right? So, as you hop on, go ahead and let me know you're here so I can say hi, see what you guys are doing today. And if you have some questions you want to know, go ahead and put those in the chat before I start talking. How are you guys' Sunday going? And if there's anybody here that is part of Dr. Dean's 7-day challenge, let me know how day 3 is going for you guys. I was a little nervous to come on for day 3. Since it's Sunday, I didn't want to teach anything. So I thought, hey, Martha. So I thought it'd be good to talk about me. All right, so let's get started. So technically, I have been, hey, St. James Home staging. Thank you. So I have been an accountant, I guess, if you count the time that I was in the Army, close to 20 years. Don't tell nobody because I'm 21, carried a 2, that kind of stuff. But I've been out on my own for the last 6 years now. And I have a small practice. I have 2 employees, and at this point, I have 35 clients. I do run my practice a little bit different from most accountants because I believe that you need to know the person or the owners behind the numbers. So you need to know the why. Numbers on financial statements tell us where the company has been and where the company is currently, but it does not tell us where the company is going. And in order for me to know that and be able to strategize with the, Mona, okay. Hi, Mona. Yeah, so in order for us to be able to strategize, or for me to be able to strategize and to help my clients in the best way possible, I like to develop a personal relationship with them. So I know about, hey, Bianca, I know about their children, their husbands, their wives. Like, I am part of the family. I talk to all my clients once a week. Everybody has their day and their time. We don't just talk about their numbers, but we talk about their goals, and we make stuff measurable. Every decision we make needs to have a why, so that if we make a mistake, we understand why we made a mistake, and we can move on from that. I'm married. I've been married 17 years this year. I have 3 children. My oldest child is getting ready to turn 13 in 6 days. And so she's not very happy with me because I tease her that it's our birthday because I was there. Without me, there's no her. So it's our birthday. But yeah, she'll be 13. And then my middle child, Victoria, don't tell my husband, but I would totally love to have another baby, right? My husband is he's retired now. And I would say, without telling exactly what he does, we'll say he's a civil worker, something like that. Works in the public. So yeah. Do you guys have any questions? Tell me, what do you guys do? I think I know Bianca is a visual brander, right? I would love to work with you. So let me just put that out there. If y'all see any of my branding stuff, I did that myself. So it's not very good. And I guess here in the next 6 months or so, I will go through a rebranding process. I really don't know what I want it to look like. I've looked around, and since I run my company a lot different than the average accountant, I wanted to show that. Tell me why you love accounting. Girl, I love numbers. Like, ma'am, I love numbers. I love the way numbers show you where you are. They tell a story. They tell a story. Numbers tell a story. Like, if a company is running negative, you know what I mean? That money is coming somewhere for them to continue to be operational. You'll be surprised. People start their companies without knowing how much it actually takes. Yes, girl, I love what I do. I love to help my clients increase their sales, up their profit. Like, if any of my clients hop on, they will tell you I'm notorious about price increases. I model the way they do price increases based on psychology, I guess you will. Walmart and Target does this. If you ever look at your favorite items, every so often they'll go and change it 50 cent, right? So it'll go from 96 to 49, that kind of stuff. And you don't think about it. You just grab it, right? And so that 50 cents that they increase, they may have just made an extra 1,000, 15,000, depending on how much they sell of that product, just by changing it 50 cents. But you got to be paying attention to the numbers. You got to know what sells, what isn't selling. That's why you go to an item that's not selling, they take it off the shelves really quick. They discount it and take it off because that shelving space is valuable to them. They put something else on there, it's gonna make them 10%, make them 20%, whatever they set for their profit margins. And so I love that when I'm looking at the numbers. But the numbers is only one part of the story. So if I'm not talking to my clients more than once a month, once a quarter, once a year, however they do, then I can't tell them that because I'm just not looking at their numbers. I don't know until I talk to them. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know that you want to buy a house this year, right? If you want to buy a house, then you might not want to deduct all your allowable expenses coming tax time, because the way you get your mortgage is based on your income on your tax return. They want to make sure that you're making the money you say you are. And if you are writing off everything, then that lowers what the mortgage companies think you make. And so that's one of those things that sole proprietors get a little upset about, because they're like, oh, I make, $250,000 a year, but your tax returns show you made 40. It's because you use all of your allowable expenses and you didn't strategize thinking, okay, 12 months from now or 24 months from now, I want to buy a house. I want to buy, I want to expand. So loan officers, when you just want to buy a building or buy a car, they look at that stuff as a sole proprietor. Thank you. You want to finish that thought? Girl, I don't know what I was saying, Mona. I love to talk. Listen, I don't like to be behind the counter, but I love them. I'm a chatty Cathy. Mona, you do home staging. How do you like that? I've been enjoying your videos because we are in my living room right now. Let me see. No, I don't want to turn y'all around. I think that might be rude. I wish I could turn y'all around. But I love to decorate. Like, love to decorate. This is the room that nobody comes in, which is why it's light color furniture. You said you operate different. Yeah, okay. So I do operate differently. So most accountants only see you once a month or once a quarter for quarterly reviews, or if you just see your accountant to do your taxes, you only see them once a year, right? So then they're having what I would like to call the reactive approach. And after December 31st, it's not much tax planning we can do, right? We can tell you to cap out your 401ks. We can tell you to go ahead and use your health savings accounts. But beyond that, we're limited. And so if you see me more, you tell me what your goals are, I can help you strategize to increase your profits, because everybody wants to do that. and decrease your tax liability. But I can't do that unless I'm talking to you, unless I know what your goals are. Like my goals for my business are going to be totally different from your goals, right? I know numbers, right? I know numbers like I know my name because that's what I do. But I can't help you with your numbers, increase them and all that stuff unless you tell me what your desires are. Like what's your vision for your business? What's your plan for your business? What do you want to be 3, 6, 12 months from now, 3, 5, 7 years from now? Where do you want to be? Do you want more employees? Do you want to decrease employees? You want to have a brick and mortar? Like where do you want to be? Like a lot of my clients are in the e-commerce business, and so they sell boutiques and stuff. Well, with boutiques, clothes and shoes and cups and tumblers and all this other stuff, sales taxes are involved, right? And so if you sell outside of your state, then you get into an issue where you might have to have sales tax in another state. You don't know that unless you know that, right? And so if you're not talking to me and here come, February and you're like, I need to file my taxes, and I find out, you've sold $50,000 of product in California and you live in Mississippi, but you didn't pay California sales tax, we might be in trouble, right? And then you'll be upset with me because you'll say, oh, you didn't say that, or I didn't know that, or I read somewhere else that is such and such. And the information we get on the internet is general, right? It's general. They're not going to give you all of the goods because they want you to buy something from them. They want you to work with them. So they're not going to give you all the goods, and they don't know your story. So what's out there may be applicable and it may not. It's the same thing with what's going on right now in our economy, right? With the CARES Act, all of the changes in the last 4 weeks, right? I have probably done about 80 hours of extra study. I read all 880 pages of the bill. Every section from section 101 to, I think the last section is 4932 or something like that. I've read every single section, because I need to know how to best tell my clients how to prepare. Like my clients that needed loans, we got them. Everybody's funded. And I know that there's some people that are not funded or waiting on funding. The ones that needed the money were funded. We're done because I stayed up, right? I read it. I took all the extra classes, and those are things that I have to pay for to do. But I'd be negligent if I didn't do that for the people that partner with me, that trust me to have their best financial interest in mind. And so that's why I say I'm different from most accountants, especially firms. I'm a partner, like I'm an advisor. I want you to win because the only way I win is that you win. So if you invest in me, baby, you get full circle on your investment. Because when every conference I go to, every call I'm on, I'm thinking about you and your industry. What's going to take you to the next level? Because wherever you go, I'm going. Oh, thank you. Listen, I really love what I do. I don't love doing this. I really, really, really love what I do. I'm not crazy about being in front of the camera, and Dr. D knows that. She knows that I am not crazy about this right here. But I have had the opportunity to teach this year. I've had the opportunity to teach 6 or 7 times, which has been phenomenal. Each time I have been totally scared outside of my mind, because you don't know what people are expecting from you. Like, you don't know what they need. You know what I mean? You start teaching one thing, and then somebody asks you a question, and you want to be able to answer it, so that drifts off some. So it's been an interesting experience doing this versus just, you know what I mean, having you fill out a questionnaire and looking at your financials and then talking to you one-on-one. It's been very, 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 very interesting. I won't say that I like this, but I am getting used to it. Okay, so there's two grants that I know for sure that are in the bill besides the EIDL one that is tapped out right now. And if you guys don't know what EIDL is, that's the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Advancement. So it was up to $10,000, and that portion was supposed to be forgivable. And then they changed it to be $1,000 per employee, right? And so that is now tapped. Don't get alarmed, because I think, and everybody else thinks, that Congress is going to pass more legislation to have more money. So we hope that more money is out there. But that was one grant. And then there is a women business grant that is in the bill. But I'm going to tell the truth. I have read it, but the language for me is so ambiguous that I don't understand it. I have reached out to an attorney, friend of mine that I know that is supposed to get back with me, but everybody is so like, we're to our necks with this stuff. Like the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program that was opened up to sole proprietors on the 10th, right? On the 11th. Was it the 11th? It may have been the 12th. The requirements for turning those documents in changed on that Tuesday. So they opened it up on the Friday, and then the following Tuesday at about 6 o'clock, the U.S. Treasurer sent all banking institutions, accounts, all that stuff, accountants, all that stuff. They sent us the change in requirements. And so whereas we were telling you guys that you can use your profit and loss statement, your PL, the requirement said, nah, no PL. We need to see your Schedule C. So the most money you can get is based off line 31. Line 31 is your net profits. So it's your income minus your expenses. And that changed like overnight. I actually had a loan officer that didn't have that information, or hadn't got a chance to read it yet. I'm sure they had disseminated, but he didn't have a chance to read it yet. And I had an open application with him. So I emailed him. I was like, here, I got the new legislation. Do I need to change anything? And he emailed me back at about 5 o'clock, which is after business hours, but he was working and so was I, and said, yeah, I need the Schedule C for your client. And so I had to, vary and make it happen. And my client, we made it happen, and he got funded. But stuff like that is one of the reasons why it's so good to have Accountant Bestie and to be working with an accountant all through the year, and not, once a year or when you think you might need them. It's like having an attorney on retainer. You can't lose if you have another partner that's always looking out for your best interest, because some stuff you don't know you need until you need it. Thank you. I hope I answered the question, Martha. Any other questions? Because I don't want to talk y'all to death. I do not want to talk y'all to death. You're so welcome. But yeah, I do love to talk. But I think that I could talk too much. I'm just being honest. But do anybody else got any questions? Thank you. Oh, I do want to remind you guys, people aren't talking about this now. I don't know why, but for us self-employed, those that pay estimated taxes like I do, that was deferred. But for the first quarter, it was deferred. But for the second quarter, it wasn't. So June 15th, you owe money. And July 15th, you're going to owe money, right? And so I would implore you guys, if y'all don't have an account, you need one. Because there is some strategies that the bill allows us to do, like hold on to 50% of your estimated taxes. Look complicated. Totally not going to explain that today. I might do a video about it one day this week, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, you should be talking to your accountant or financial advisor about that because that's some goodies. If you have some employees, there's also some goodies, and tax returns for your payroll is definitely due April 30th. Do not be late. Can you practice? Yeah. Okay. So I'm a CPA, which is state level, right, in the state of Tennessee. But I'm also a EA, which is a enroll agent, and so yes, I can practice anywhere. Hmm. Yeah. And I have clients everywhere in California, in Colorado, in Mississippi, in Georgia, in Florida. I have clients everywhere. I do travel. And normally I would be traveling right now. Like Martha is actually my sister-in-law. I think that's my sister-in-law. I'm not really sure. If you're not my sister-in-law, I'm sorry. But we were supposed to have a cruise and our cruise got canceled. But yeah, this is like my travel time where we getting ready to go to conventions where I learn more stuff, and the IRS have their forms in May, June, July, and August. And so sometime there in Chicago. The one I was going to go to was going to be in New Orleans, which I'm definitely not going. I don't care if they open up or not. I'm covered with the blood, but we ain't going there. I'm not going to tempt Jesus. I'm not going to do that. So we're not going. I hope that some of the training goes online. Not that I won't say that I won't need it, but every year, if you license, whether you're a CPA or EA, a certified financial planner, or a personal financial planner, any of those certifications, we have a certain amount of continuing education that we have to do. And so we have to get the classes. But because of everything that has happened with the CARES Act, I've definitely got my continuing education. No need to worry. I'm good on that. So even if we don't have any more training, as long as the tax laws don't change, I'm A-okay. I do predict that they'll change just a little bit because there are people that still need money. There's some states that are still on the fence about the additional $600 for the unemployment. And if you guys, your income has reduced in business, you can still apply for unemployment even though you're self-employed. Now, this is unprecedented, right? Because self-employed do not in any other situation qualify for unemployment. Why? Why do you ask? Because unemployment is an insurance that employers only pay, right? It's 6% at the federal level on the first $7,000 you pay to any employee that you employ, not contractors, but any employee. Now, the 6% can be mitigated by what you pay the state. So states like Mississippi, their unemployment insurance is 5.4%, right, on the first $15,000. So instead of paying the federal the full 6%, you would only pay them 0.006%. I know it's a little funny, but whatever. That is that, right? And so that's for your employees when times like this happens, or layoffs, or you fire them for something other than reasonable cause. Then they go to the Department of Labor and file an unemployment claim. And so that money is for them. It's paid by us, the employers. I have employees. It's paid by us, right? It's an employee cost. It's the cost of us doing business. It's paid by us, but they're the recipients of it. And so because everything is happening and they force most of us to kind of close down, if you're not an essential business, you can qualify now. I don't know how they're doing that process because it's different state to state. Some states I know were asking for your 1099s from previous years, and it's complicated, but I know that you qualify for it if you need it. It's there whenever they figure it out. So if you need it, I would say go ahead and apply. If you need it, you should be applying. Whenever they get it together, they'll distribute it. If there is, can we practice? Okay. If there's no more questions, I think that I'm gonna hop off because I'm at 25 minutes. Ma'am, I did not want to be on here this long. Just want to talk for a few seconds. That's it. And so I'm gonna hop off if there's no other questions. No other question. I'm gonna hop off. Thank you. All right. So if y'all think of anything, y'all can comment. I don't really know how that works, but I got a almost 13-year-old. She gonna show me. So if you comment and I missed it, I'll get to it. I promise. Once I figure out how to get to it. Listen, charge it to the game. I'm a numbers wizard. I'm not technology savvy. Don't even want to tell you that lie. All right. So until I would say next time, but next time is actually to tomorrow. Until next time, if this information helped you any, don't hide from it. Use it, right? And I wish you guys much success. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.